So, as I'm setting up these plates, today's conversation is going to be a bit of a rant. A little bit, not really, maybe a little bit, on the fact that, like, it's not often talked about the fact that there are certain things required, certain additional things required for people to do their job. And I'm going to get into specifically what I mean by that. So, I came into, and I've said this on videos, I came into grad school thinking that grad school was just a place that you came and you did research experiments and you wrote papers and you graduated, and that was that. After being here, I came to realize that it is a whole heck of a lot more than just doing research and doing experiments. And then on top of the fact that you experience these microaggressions and people's biases and stuff like that. So things that you just never could imagine being a factor within graduate school are factors of graduate school. And so I think about, like, what extra things do I utilize that have been extremely helpful to me as a graduate student. And I think that it should be spoke about more, and it shouldn't be considered like a voluntary option, but like people actually do seek out these extra resources that are beneficial to them. So my first thought is, like, if you have, and it's very field dependent, right? And I think that they do a great job of this with athletes. So the athletes have nutritionists, they have people, they get regular massages. Like, athletes recognize that, and athletes in school, they recognize the importance of upkeep of their body and eating the right foods, having a very strict routine and regimen that allows for them to be successful in their skill, which is, for athletes, is whatever sport they're playing. That same, thought process of, and I would honestly call it a holistic approach to success, is not taken when it comes to academia and the academic setting. And I think I also about this for, like, administration and other people. Like, if you're in a job where you're constantly experiencing microaggressions, you should have therapy. Not because it's something wrong with you, but because you are constantly having to experience these situations that cause you to question yourself, that can be demoralizing to you. And so you need to talk these thoughts out with someone and these experiences out with someone for your own sanity. Next thing that I think about is the fact of just, like, I have back pain, and it's like, because of the way that I position myself, and look, I'm over here touching my back because I didn't brought my mental awareness to my back pain, but because the way that I hold myself in, sitting at my bench top or sitting at my desk and doing my work, I put extra pressure on one of my back muscles. And so, for me, getting a massage, honestly, I think getting a massage like once a month would be extraordinarily beneficial and helpful. But at this point, what I have budgeted in my life is to get a massage once every 3 months. and it does wonders for me. I try to do yoga weekly, relatively, not only for just stretching out my muscles and making sure that everything is remaining in balance, but also to keep that muscle stretched out in my back so that I don't get into the situation where my muscle tightens up and I have to go to the massage therapist, or have to go get some type of steroid or drug to prevent the muscle or to force the muscle to relax. And so like that's another thing. Like if you are a person who sits under high stress or sits in awkward positions or does a lot of walking, like you need to release the tension from those muscles. And I'm just not an advocate for taking drugs when you don't really have to, right? So definitely think about those natural alternatives to taking drugs and other pills and such. Another thing that comes to mind, so and honestly, I would even say though, like all the aspects that I was just talking about earlier about athletes, I think it's beneficial for everyone to take advantage of those things, because being sick is not fun. Not being able, especially for me as a scientist where I'm planning these experiments and I need to come in on certain days to do certain things. If I get sick, that can set me back 2 weeks. Like if I'm not able to come in on one of those days and I can't have anyone help me, that sets me back and prevents me from doing the work that I need to do. And so eating healthy is an important thing. Making sure that you have a diet that is filling for your body. Paying attention to what makes you hurt, what doesn't make you hurt. So essentially, my little rant here is make sure that you're doing what you need to do for your body, for your job, right? So like if you don't have the time to actually be at home and clean your home, get some help. Hire a cleaning person to come once a month, or I don't know, once every 2 weeks. Like for me, at a point in time, like I was having someone come clean my home once a month because I was so busy and I wasn't able to clean the home effectively the way that I really wanted to clean it. You can do that. Don't let these people make you feel bad for you doing what you need to do to continue to be successful. Don't overwork yourself. Utilize the tools and the resources that are around to help you. I mean, I'm not saying take advantage of stuff, right? I'm not saying unnecessarily use stuff. I think that there's a quote, or I can't remember who it's by, but it basically says, do no more than necessary and no less than necessary. That's not the exact quote, but that's just basically what it means. Like, do what you can do. Don't take advantage of it, but don't put yourself in a harmful situation trying not to use something that you have to your advantage, right? So I just say all that to say, do what you need to do for yourself. Hopefully this video is an encouragement to you to reevaluate what kind of things you can do in your life to make your life fit better for you and easier for you. Because ultimately, your health matters, your well-being matters. If you're not feeling well, that comes across when you go to work. If you're upset or if you get sick, you can't even go to work at all. So taking care of yourself on the front end takes care of everything else on the back end. Let me know in the comments what habit you're going to change or what you're going to start doing to take better care of you. See ya.